All right. How y'all doing today? Search Up In Podcast, episode 45. Got my man here, the boxing expert, my man Elmy. How you doing today?
Chilling,
Chilling,
ready to
chilling.
break something down.
I feel you. Since it's been a while since he been on. Since then, I've accumulated some questions from the videos of people asking me to ask him certain things, so we're gonna get to that. But also, my man's made an accurate prediction on David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andre. He was being even, incredible. But how did you feel that fight played out? Was it what you expected?
Uh, Kind of how I expected. David Benavidez to wear him down, man. He's really big at his weight class, man.
Yeah, yeah. Low key, he walking around. He kind of like a heavyweight, honestly. Um, so let's get to one of those questions real quick. The people wanted to know, and I know you answered this on the videos that y'all go back and watch, especially the first video me and Elmy did, but they want to know, do you feel like the Jakepaul versus Mike Tyson fight is credible? And what do you feel about Jakepaul's impact on the sport?
Oh, of course, it's not credible. Honestly, I hope they go in and just spar, and that's all it is. Like, if he knocks out that old man, that's messed up. Like,
Mm.
it's super lose for him. No, it's lose win. Is lose, and if you knock him out, that's messed up. One, why would you even do that? Then I think you mentally ill. I would think you mentally ill.
Mm.
Two, if you get knocked out, damn, you got knocked out, and it's Mike Tyson, but he's old, but it's Mike Tyson. The win in that situation is you make money out of it, and y'all both, don't get knocked out, leave scot free, and it was really just a money grab, just to say, hey, look, I get to be in the ring with Mike Tyson. That'd be the only way you win, and that was your angle.
Do you think Mike Tyson's gonna go for the knockout, or do you think it's gonna be fully orchestrated how the other ones probably been?
I think I would hope it'd be a sparring match. I would assume it's just gonna be a light punches the whole fight. I would hope so.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't been watching Jake Paul since he fought Ben Askren, so it's been a while. But I don't know. It just seemed a little bit staged, so I'm thinking maybe this the same thing. But you're right. Hopefully, he don't knock out the legend like that. Do you think he has the ability to knock out Mike Tyson?
Right now, yeah, of course. He got enough speed. If he set it up right, yeah, why wouldn't he? He got enough power, enough speed. It's just IQ. That comes down to IQ. Set it up correctly.
Right, right. So, okay, a more realistic boxing match, but still kind of close in the same vein. How do you feel about? Do you think that Francis Ngannou should keep boxing after his last two defeats?
Well, I mean, I think I heard originally he wanted to pursue boxing, but he got to his final destination and all he could find was the MMA gym. So that's how he ended up being known in the UFC, if I'm not wrong. So I mean, if he was always, I mean, he did all that. I heard he traveled countries, oceans, supposedly just to get to America to train to be a boxer, but ended up doing UFC. So I mean, if that was his passion from the get go, and he came that far, from the get go, why not pursue it? But if you're just here, like, I don't know, for the money grab, or you think, I mean, I would say pursue it. I think he should just keep pursuing it. If that's what he's always wanted to do. I mean, he got that far in the UFC, and that's what he didn't want to do. So boxing could be a totally different thing. And he's a heavyweight. So there's a lot of room for error when you're heavyweights, because of, just how knockouts are, from a knockout standpoint.
Can you break that down a little bit more? Like, what you mean? Like, is you're more susceptible to the knockout, or
Yeah, that, and to get knockouts. Like the heavyweight division, I would say, like, if you're a 147 pounder and you're a heavyweight, and I took a guy that's a heavyweight with ability and a guy that's 147 pounds with ability, and I trained them to be professional boxers and champions. The bigger guy has a faster opportunity to get to the top than the 147 guy. One, because the average man is 5'8" to 5'9", so your community pool is a far larger, to compete against.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
6 foot, 6'5", that's not as common as people think it is. Like,
right.
So when you get that, and then you get somebody capable, that's why I say it's not an easier route. You got to still put hard work and dedication in, but it's a lot more possible. Yeah.
So seeing both of those, well, I don't know if you did, but with the Ngannou fights and him dropping Fury and then him getting demolished by AJ, like, why do you think it was that variance in performance?
One, Tyson Fury was playing around, didn't take him serious. Everybody doing the joke thing, but like how I said, there's room for development as a heavyweight. Heavyweights, they're so big, the shot don't even got to be that great. It just landed, so he fell because he got up.
Yeah.
So it's easier. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't play as you don't have your room for error is a lot less. Like, you don't got as much room for error, because if you get clipped, it could be night for you, because these are heavyweight blows.
Right. Did you expect that fight to play out like that? The AJ versus Francis Ngannou?
I mean, if every boxer took their MMA bout serious, that's how they're all supposed to go. That's how they're all supposed. Like Floyd Mayweather, like, people really be like, "Oh no, he gave Floyd like good work." Like, bro, you've never seen Floyd walk in a boxing ring. Look at all 50 of his fights. When has he ever walked in the ring first round like this, with the high guard moving forward? Imagine if he came out, how he, one hand up, the other hand giving him the space, puckering the jab, making him miss. He's giving Conor McGregor all these punches to hit on the inside. You've never seen him fight like that unless the fight progressed into that, type of fight. Like, what type of fight it became to be, but it didn't become to be that fight. Like,
all right. So
all of them. Every boxer, every boxer versus every MMA fighter is supposed to, if he took it serious, like, oh, I don't know who this guy is, he would demolish Conor.
Right.
Like, all of them. Tyson Fury playing too much. That's why he signed that Usyk contract so fast. That boy got dropped. And remember, he was playing with Usyk's name. Oh, I'm this guy, I'm that guy, I'm the hottest thing out right now. That boy, Ngannou knocked some sense into Tyson Fury. He knocked some sense into him. He fell down, and he signed the contract within a week. No questions, no antics. Like, even when he does make deals with other fighters, it's always like, am I gonna sign the contract? He's like playing around. As soon as he got dropped, he signed that contract that week. Like, nah, that's bad. I need to go out there. I'm playing around. I look stupid. I couldn't cash this check. I got the money, but I was short $1. It was $1 million, and it was $1 million. I needed $1,000,001. Right. That's what happened.
So, okay, I was gonna bring it up later, but since you brought it up now, how do you feel about that heavyweight clash right there? They signed a 2-fight deal, I believe.
Who?
Tyson Fury versus Usyk.
Man, that's a fight. A serious Tyson Fury, that's the best fight for heavyweight boxing. 2 undefeated guys, 2 boxers.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury's like a big version of Floyd, righty, using the shoulder roll and stuff like that. And then, what's it called? We got this guy. He's like a if you had to compare them, like, I'm not saying he's like Floyd Mayweather. I'm just giving you a comparison, like, of how you can picture the fight being played out. You got Tyson Fury, kind of like a, shoulder roll-y style. He does the shoulder roll style a lot. And then you got Usyk is a lefty that keeps his distance. That's almost like a little Shakur, a big version of Shakur Stevenson. Almost like if you kind of see it, that's like a Floyd versus Shakur type of style. Like, if you break it down and you look at it from that aspect, because Tyson Fury's a shoulder roll, slick mover, boxer, picking shots, and then Tyson Fury's a lefty that just keeps his distance, and then he keeps you on the end of his punches, straight punches. So he's gonna try to catch you, jab, set back, left hand, straight down the pipe while you're trying to come in and catch him with your left hook or your right hand.
I wonder if he's gonna try to, like, I ain't gonna. Well, they're in the same weight class, so I can't say weight bully, but he's much larger than Usyk. So I wonder is he gonna try to, like, keep it close, try to fight him on the inside some, or is he gonna try to,
That's why
like
it's
you
such a
said,
great fight, because you don't know who's gonna bring the fight to who. If they're both gonna box, or if one's gonna make it a heavyweight match. That's what's so great about two boxers sometimes.
For sure.
Because I love referring to this fight, Floyd versus Zab Judah. Two boxers ended in a brawl, a dirty brawl at that. People, cops entering the ring and everything. Like, or Lomachenko versus Devinhaney. Regardless of who you thought won, the fight itself was amazing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Besides the controversy and all that stuff, when two boxers meet, two speed boxers meet, it becomes a brawl.
For sure.
It becomes a bang out session.
For sure. So, okay. Do you feel like, should I ask first? Do you feel like Terrance Crawford is more realistic for him to fight Canelo now that he's super rumored to be fighting Chris Eubanks? Or do you think it's still like, weight classes for a reason?
I think weight classes for a reason. Not saying he can't do it. I just think it's stupid. I think he should. I think, me personally, he should chase the 154 unified and then retire, and that'll be his stamp. Granted, I think he wants to get it done faster, the Canelo way, or maybe he really does believe in himself. I know he has the boxing ability. What Charlo didn't have, Jermell. Jermell moved around the ring great. He just didn't know how to throw off. That's a different type of IQ game. Setting traps is what he didn't have. He didn't have a trap game, is what I would say. A bag. Basketball players would say he don't got a bag. Like, when you dribble, when you can create something out of nothing.
Right.
Like, that's what Jermell missed, is what Terrance Crawford could do. I still don't think he should do it, but he has a high chance of winning. I would say like 46, 44% chance, which is great because he has a bag. But that's just so heavy. Yeah. And that's an even heavier for Jermell. Like, it's crazy because I do think he could beat Jermell if Jermell went back down to 154 to fight Terrance. But I don't like. You could do it. It's possible. It's too much. What is that? 140, 147. So he'll go up to 154, 160, and then 168. That's 3 weight classes.
Yeah. And that's crazy.
Then okay, put the stamp on it, bro. You're better than Floyd. You're better than who you have the right to say that anyways.
Yeah.
You got the right to be like, bruh, I'm doing it.
I feel you. Did you get a chance to watch the Tio versus Jermaine Ortiz?
Yeah, I did.
How you feel about that?
Oh man. I was going for, I thought it was a hard fight and a crazy fight. High risk, low reward from the get-go. A lot of people don't know. That's the beautiful thing about boxing. You don't know. There's a lot of great fighters out there that just didn't get moved right or politics or this or that just because they don't got a name. Boxing's different. Just because they don't got a name don't mean they not hot. I heard Jermaine Ortiz. I was like, damn, cuz, you just not giving yourself a break. Like, Tio got a lot of no names that are hard. Like, he got a lot of no name fighters on his resume. Like, I mean, Jermaine got a name, but it's not like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But he's just as good as a Shakur, Devinhaney.
Right.
You know, on that he could be in the ring with those guys at any given night. Jermaine Ortiz, like,
and a lot of people thought he beat Lomachenko.
It was close. It looked like a Teofimo. You know, it looked like a replay, a flashback. I think he chose the box more. I low key at first glance fight. I thought Jermaine won. Crazy, right? At first glance, I thought Jermaine won. I did see that some highlights that I did miss some counters that Tio landed actually with the slip uppercuts. He does a lot of little slip uppercuts where it was kind of just tap, like he'll throw like a little uppercut underneath. When Jermaine throw the jab, he throw the jab, and you know he'll catch him in the chest a little bit. So maybe the judges did see a little bit of stuff that I didn't see because Teofimo is that skilled. It was a very close fight. I would have to watch it again. At first glance, I'll say I gave it to Jermaine. So I could be wrong because I did see in highlights some stuff that I didn't see. So I will give Teofimo that. I just think Teofimo, man, his how tune-ups, that's what it's called. Sorry. It was on his tune-ups aren't real tune-ups. Like even Sander Martin, like Teofimo got a problem with tall fighters. He showed that with the Nakatani fight. He's not good with tall fighters. And then he fought a lefty, a tall lefty at that. So that even makes the distance even further. So Teofimo, man, a shout out to Teofimo for picking the toughest fights in boxing. It's just, damn. Ain't it crazy to say, damn, can you stop? Can you cherry pick a little bit? You're ruining your own. Like, it's like, these boys ain't doing this. Why are you doing this? At times is how I feel with him sometimes.
I understand.
Like, because he got a lot of tough champions on his resume and a lot of tough prospects on his resume. Like,
right.
Nakatani was undefeated, tall as hell. What's it called? Was undefeated. Sander Martin, tall lefty. He was like 19-1. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Like, he got a lot of tough opposition.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he's calling out T-Bud. He need to stay away from that one. No,
I want to see it. I want to see it.
I know.
I want to see it.
Bro, Teofimo's like the only guy though in history, like for me. Like you see me on this show, and then this is just your podcast where I've been right almost every time. Imagine all the times when I'm right behind the scenes, like I'm right, like not even on no bragging tip, because I use no ego when I come into my boxing like analysis, statisticalness, whatever word fits there.
For sure.
Like every time I go, I say, what does this guy got? What does this guy got? What is susceptible to this? What counters this? Like, but Teofimo's like the only guy that's just so sporadic, bro. Like he comes up on the fights, he's not the favorite. Then on the fights, he is the favorite. It's way closer, or you could say he lost, but the big fights, he always comes up. Like, so I don't. Teofimo, man, that's my wild card. That's like the only guy in history I just can't always get you one, or I choose you to win the fight, right? I would never bet my money on Tio.
I feel like it hasn't been announced or anything like that, and it's probably not gonna happen. I just feel like for Crawford, I feel like he'll win that fight hands down, like probably knock him out. But I feel like that'll be an easier transition to the end of his career that he's on right now, and it's a big money fight. So I just think that'll be real.
That man been at one. To me, that man been at 147 for too long. Too big for Teofimo. Teofimo's move, what Teofimo's done, like, I still think Terrance Crawford, if him and Terrance Crawford fought right now at 147, I got Terrance Crawford. With that being said, what Terrance Crawford has done, Teofimo did it way less. What took Crawford up to age 35 to do, Teo did it at 25. So you got 10 years of, bro, just chill. Just chill. We could find, bro, if you play your cards right, we could find you. You know what I'm saying? If you were Teofimo's team, you could get the undisputed 3 times and then paint a narrative commercial-wise. Like, if I was a promoter, don't ever let me be. I would paint it like, bro, you were technically the real undisputed champion 2 times. The first one to do it, even though they gave it to T-Bud historically. T-Bud historically, in writing, in history books, in 20 years, they'd be like, the first person is Terrance Crawford. But if you're living in the moment, Teo's technically almost the first person to do it. Even though Devin had that WBC belt, that missing WBC belt, Teofimo had 4 belts. Then he fought Josh Taylor at 140. Josh Taylor had 2 belts or 3 belts and relinquished the belt. He didn't lose. He was undefeated. He was undisputed. So this is that whole belt thing.
Yeah.
Josh Taylor was undisputed at 140, right? But somehow Gervonta Davis won a belt at 140, and they say he's a 3-time world champion, 3 weight class world champion. He's technically not throwing shots, but Josh Taylor did fight for undisputed at 140, and then Gervonta fought Mario Barrios after for a belt, but I thought you were undisputed. Weird. And then when he's undefeated when he fights Teofimo, but he relinquished one of his belts. I guess because he didn't want to pay the sanctioning fee. I don't really know, because for every belt you have to pay like 3% of your winnings to each belt. So if you make $100,000 for your fight, and you got 4 belts, that's 3% for each belt. So that's 12%. So you already got to take out 12,000.
Yeah.
You take out 12,000, not including your coaching fees.
Exactly.
You know, the coach for that, what's it called? So who knows what you're paying your coach? Maybe 20%. So that that's already 32. So now you're at what? You're at 68,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
that's a chunk.
Now you're at 68,000. So he relinquished his belts, and then Teofimo fought him and beat him. You beat an undisputed champion, but he didn't want to pay his sanctioning fees, or he didn't for whatever reason, or I don't know what happened. Didn't fight a mandatory, chose to fight Teo. So Teo's technically the undisputed world champion at 140s. Don't got that title neither. Like, politics, crazy.
Yeah. It's a lot of belts, man, because you just explained the hell out of that. But that's a lot of belts.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, and then there's lower levels of each belt. Like, that's wild.
But so with the Devinhaney had the stronger WBC belt. Teofimo ended up getting the weak belt, WBC belt. So with the Tank thing at 140, he got the weak WBO or whatever belt he got, where Josh Taylor was undisputed with all the real belts. So he was for sure undisputed. So Teofimo's never been book-wise real deal undisputed on paper. He's like an underground undisputed king.
And y'all, I know it's complicated. I'm gonna have to play it back. Y'all go play it back too. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Obviously, the man know what he's talking about.
It's crazy, right?
It's super.
I still got T-Bud over Teo, but I think he should wait. Or I just think T-Bud is one of those this is a guy that you stamp in history forever.
Yeah,
forever. I'm talking about like the 80s. You got whoever you got, Julio Cesar Chavez. 90s, you got Tyson. Or Sugar Ray Leonard in the 80s, and all those guys, 4 Horsemen. Then in the early 2000s, you got Roy Jones and 10s, you got Floyd and Pacquiao. You know, the 20s, T-Bud is one of those guys. He
I'm
just
feeling
was
disappointed in him though. Like I don't feel like he fighting enough. Like I know he's later on in his career and stuff, but I want him to get like some of them, like
Yeah,
more names on his
I
belt.
think what happened was the Earl Spence contract really kind of messed that up because he was honoring his word with Earl Spence on trying to give him the rematch. And then Earl Spence kind of waited 7 to 9 months to announce that he's getting surgery. So then as soon as he announced that he's getting like surgery or something is going on with him personally, then it was off the table. Then they stopped talking about it. You see T-Bud actually searching for other fights.
Speaking of Bud, somebody who's a close friend of his, or you know, in a mentor-mentee type relationship, how you feel about like everything that's been happening with Shakur as far as him retiring and not necessarily being in these big fights that he wants, seemingly wants.
He was supposed to, you know what they need to start doing if they're really, he was supposed to sign that I said this, I don't know if I said this on your podcast or if I said this on a different podcast or I didn't say this on a podcast, but I know I've said this. I know I've said this in a gym somewhere. Damn, he should have signed the Devinhaney contract. Even though he didn't go out, he pressed the mandatory. Damn, he should have just signed I understand where he's coming from. I understand him, so I'm not like crapping on him. Because when Devin hit the 25-75, he responded with the WBC activate my mandatory. Now you gotta fight me. And then he said, no, I don't. I'm moving up. So I understand Shakur. And Devin did send the contract. So I understand both sides. It's like it could be a duck, but he sent a contract. It could be a duck, but he sent the contract. But it could have been, I know he's not going to take this 25 because it's Shakur. Right. But I took 22, so I know that's the card I can play. Like, you ever heard like of a gaslight? Like, it was almost a gaslight.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I know you're not going to take it, so I'm going to throw it because I don't want to fight you. But
I feel that's ducking. I do feel like that's ducking. But at the same time, they were saying that
they
were saying that he was going to make more even with the 25 than he made in his past 3 fights.
Which is probably true. Which is probably, he probably would have. Shakur would have made more with Devinhaney than he did with any of his fights. Facts.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was 25. It was the principle. It was nah, you trying to sun me in the contract negotiation.
Yeah.
It was
but at the same time, you coming with no belts, like, and you ain't a major pay-per-view.
He coming with belts. He's coming with belts. He's coming with the two belts and a world and a gold medal or a silver medal.
Nah, at that point, I think Devin was
He already fought Oscar Valdez. He already fought Oscar Valdez. He already got 2 belts. He was a champion at 126 and then a champion at 130. So
I was talking about that lightweight. Like,
he wasn't an undisputed champion. He was a unified. He wasn't undisputed. He was a unified champion at 130. So that's not bad. And he's got a silver medal. So he got a little bit of hardware to the table. Like,
no, I'm saying like he wouldn't exchange no belts in that fight versus Devin. Like, Shakur wasn't bringing much to the table, in my opinion, to say this need to be 50-50. Like,
well, it was at 135. So he's of course you're not bringing no belts. Devin got all the belts. He's undisputed.
Right.
There ain't no belts. I can't bring no belts. Nobody bring no belts. Dude. Like that's who got you.
So you got to take that 25. To me, it was justified. To me personally, and he sent the contract.
It was all justified all around, which is crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, you can't choose. You got to look at it from the outside looking in. Like, if there was ducking in any aspect, because they both messed up. They both have a sense of, you could say, duck. Like Devin knew he wasn't going to take that 25. Devin knew he wanted to take that 25, and then when he pressed the mandatory, he went up. So if he would have took the 25, if he would have took the 25, you would have fought. But because he pressed the mandatory and it would have been 50-50, you not going to fight? because
he didn't deserve 50-50. Me personally. But you know what? I like Devin. I should say that too. So I'm a little biased in this
you know what's
conversation.
crazy? You know what's crazy? I have a friend that's also a freaking brain. I wish he was on this to like.
Mm-hmm.
This is on the cast because I gotta say I've never liked Devin.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Devin back then, like growing up. Like when I was like 18, he was 15. I don't remember how old. I never met him personally, but he was just a. I seen him spar Shakur. He low blowed him, and then he was about to fight my home. He was about to spar my homeboy, and then just how I knew his career was gonna go. I was like, damn, he's gonna like. I kind of knew this was gonna happen because he's got the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. He's got the Floyd Mayweather blueprint. He grew up since he was 4 or 5, whatever age years old. Been in Floyd Mayweather's gym since he was a baby. If there was like a video of Floyd and you know that Michael Jordan and Kobe video, it'd be a Floyd and Devinhaney. It'd be a Floyd and Devinhaney video.
Wow, that's high praise.
It's not even praise. It's just the same style. Like it's not even praise. He has all his moves. Like,
right.
If you watch him, shoulder roll, jab, move around the ring, stay on the outside, keep moving, don't stay there on the rope, stay off the rope, stay out the corners. Shoulder roll if you got to, and then box around. He didn't cherry pick his way to the top. He built himself up perfectly. And timing is all perfect. The timing has been perfect for him the whole time. Not in a bad way. He got a great team around him. But he's not gonna lose no time soon.
Okay.
Like, and
you go ahead.
And I said that, and I was upset about it. I said this years ago. Like, I was like, man, I hope he fight Gervonta. I remember saying it because I just didn't like him. I was like, I hope he fights Gervonta. I hope he fight. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, my bad. I was like, I hope he fights Gervonta so he can hurry up and lose because he talks so much on social media. He was always beating up his sparring partners. Now people post sparring more clips now, but he was doing it when it really wasn't cool. So, but I always said he was gonna pick his opponents right, and he's gonna be undefeated, like damn near when he retires. Like,
that's crazy.
He got the Floyd blueprint. Like, it's over, and he's gonna execute it to the end.
I don't blame him, but it's crazy how you just low key slipped in there. You saw Shakur versus Devin sparring. That's super fine. Like, that's super fine. That's probably the biggest fight. Well, as far as if you're a boxing fan, that's probably the biggest fight in boxing besides him.
That'd be like somebody that's like almost like the only person he could lose to.
Yeah.
It's Shakur. Because I think Gervonta had him like 3-4 years ago. I've always said I picked Gervonta, but now I picked Devin. Devin's gone too big. Now he's walking around 165. He weighed in his last fight 165. He fought at 140 and then weighed in the next day 165.
Yeah. That was crazy, I ain't gonna lie.
Sorry, bud. That window closed on you, buddy. And I said this years ago. I said this, Paula Malignaggi saying it now. Roy Jones said it on his pod. I seen a clip of Roy Jones saying it. I'm like, bro, I said this shit years ago, but it's Roy Jones, you know? I mean, of course you're going to listen to Roy before you listen to me. Like,
that's Roy.
You know?
So, because the time running out and it's been good, I got a list of fights here. If you could, I know you don't like doing predictions. I know you don't like doing predictions, but if you just give us a quick rundown of each of them, we appreciate it as fans, and just, not as quickly as possible, but briefly on each one of these. So Tank versus Frank Martin.
I got Gervonta Davis. Frank Martin's a solid, well-rounded fighter. I think he's well-rounded around all the corners. There's nothing whack about him. There's no weakness about him, but there's no special effect about him. Like, some people have special effects. Like, Ryan Garcia doesn't have no feet, right? But he has the left hook special effect. His offense is the special effect.
Right.
Frank
Okay.
Martin don't got weak feet, but he's a socky puncher. I think Gervonta is going to counter punch him and knock him out. I think it's a knockout.
Okay, for sure. All right, for sure. Brodrick versus Bivol.
Who?
Arturo Bertavie versus Dimitri
Oh,
Bivol.
Arturo Beterbiev
Yeah, my bad.
versus Bivol.
Yeah.
Arturo Beterbiev. I got Arturo Beterbiev.
Okay.
I think Bivol. Wait, no. I think Arturo Beterbiev is just too monstrous. If he don't knock it, he's gonna have to stop him. Because I don't think he can keep him off him for long.
Lomachenko versus Kambosos.
Easily star Kambosos, Lomachenko, easily. He's gonna do what Teofimo was supposed to do.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna do that's not a bold prediction, that's a bold fact.
I feel you. Canelo versus Yame Mungia.
Oh, Jaime Munguia, Jaime Munguia. I got Canelo, man.
I feel you.
Easy. No offense, I like Jaime though.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Maybe
so
a little
all
bit
these
too
because
early.
the fighters hear your prediction and they see you in person, they will press you about that.
Yeah.
Like to be clear, I don't want no smoke. Fighters do not like you picking, or it'd be a good. They don't even like you saying it's a good fight. Just throw that out there.
What about Josh Taylor versus Catterall too?
I guess I'll take Taylor. I haven't really watched Catterall or Taylor, so Catterall don't get I didn't really watch your fights. I just the pick.
All right. And
finally, 50-50. I don't know them.
Finally, 2 minutes left. You can spend the rest talking about this wherever you wanted to chat about. But Devinhaney versus Ryan Garcia.
Shout out to Ryan for making that tough fight. He should have listened to Floyd.
Yeah, definitely.
Because look, and Rolly should have fought Ryan.
Yeah.
Because now look at these guys. Look, their press conference would have been funnier.
Yeah.
Ryan's getting outboxed. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
And Rolly's finally, there's going to be an end to the Rolly circus. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Nah, I like Rolly. Rolly's hilarious, but it's over now. Pitbull doesn't come to play.
Yeah.
His defense not going to be enough. You got a wild puncher versus an in-tight fundamental puncher.
Right.
I'm going with the fundamentals versus the wild puncher.
What in the Pitbull versus Rolly?
Rolly, easy.
Oh, you picking Rolly to beat Pitbull?
Heck no. Pitbull knocking out Rolly.
Oh, okay.
It's a night. night. It's over. It's over.
So you said Devinhaney versus Ryan Garcia. You ain't got to make a prediction, but it sounds like you was leaning towards.
Oh no, I said Devin.
Okay.
Devin's outpointing him.
All right.
Devin could stop him, like a TKO, not a KO, not like a boom knocked out, like a. Yeah. All right, let's stop it because jab to the body, jab to the head, right hand, keep jabbing him to death. Let him throw the left hook. Bait him to throw the left hook in chin. As soon as he throw the left hook, slip, throw your left hook, right hand, jab. Every time he take away his confidence. Make him go like this. Make him put the high guard up to where he got to throw the high guard up and just jab that bitch all night. Jab to the body. Jab